Hey, you guys. So, I want to share this information with you really quickly because a lot of you may not know that the government may have money that belongs to you. Okay, so basically, it's called unclaimed funds. So it's things that happen where you have money sitting somewhere and you may have forgotten about it or may not have even known about it. And it goes to the state's treasury department, and the state is holding it for you until you claim it. So, it might be maybe you had a job that you no longer work at and you never received your last paycheck because they didn't have your forwarding address. So the job holds on to that money for a little while, and then they have to, if they can never get in touch with you, they have to send the money to the state. Let's say you have maybe a 401k that you still had some money, maybe a couple thousand sitting in your 401k, and you're no longer with the company that you had the 401k through, but the actual 401k belongs to you. Well, they have to send that money to the state's treasury department, and the money is sitting there for you to claim it. So there's different scenarios that could happen where you have money sitting in the state's treasury department. So you need to go there and check. Um, Even a bank account, if you have an old bank account that's closed, and you had maybe a couple $100s in there, they got to send the money to the treasury department, and the treasury department holds it until you claim it. So let's walk through claiming it. Now you want to go to missingmoney.com. That way you can check all states. Okay, so just type in your name, last name, and first name. And of course, I'm not the only Nicole Bolton in the world. So it's going to pull up a lot of them. And I'm going to leave it open so it searches all states. I'm not going to punch in a city, and I'm not going to choose a state. So I let it search all states. So there is a lot of me's, a lot of people who trying to be like me out there. Okay. A lot of Nicole Boltons. So what I'm going to look for, well, let's just explain what is in the row. The person who owns the account, the name of the person who owns the account, maybe they have a co-owner, might be their spouse, who the business that's reporting the account. So in this case, it's Charles Schwab. The address of the person that the account belongs to, the city, the state and zip code, and what state it is held in is here, and then the amount that is being held. Okay, so as you can see, it's sometimes real small money, a couple of dollars. It might be over 100, like it says there. It might be under $10, 50 to 100. So it tells you the amount here. So it can be any amount. So for me, like I said, there's a whole bunch of me's out there, a whole bunch of Nicole Boltons. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at the addresses and the cities to narrow it down to find accounts that I know belong to me. So this address right here, 403 Parks, 4003 Parkside Court, that's an old address of mine. So I'm going to click claim because I'm gonna claim this. I remember this. This is First Premier Bank, and I sent them this $39 to open my account, and then I ended up closing the account before ever using the card. So boom, that $39, they got to send that back to me. That was so many years ago, over 20 years ago, I'm sure. All right, so I'm gonna keep looking. I'm gonna go to the next page. Oh, that wasn't the next page. That was the last page. So let's go back. Page 2. All right, I'm gonna go through it kind of quickly. And like I said, I'm looking for addresses that I recognize. I recognize this address right here. Okay, now look, this one does not give you the option to claim it. It gives you information. And this information says that this business, New York Life Insurance Company, oh, let me pull it up. New York Life Insurance Company is holding this property that belongs to me, and I have until December 1st to reach out to them to claim my property. And after December 1st, they will be sending the money to straight the state controller's office. Then I'll have to go through the process of claiming it through the state. Okay, so there's that. So let me go through and just try to find. I recognize this address right here, so I'm gonna click claim on that one. That one's possibly up to $50. All right, let's keep going. I recognize this address. Boom, Comcast. I recognize that address. AT&T, Comcast. So let's look. Oh, look, this is a little nice one. $372.93. Okay. I like that. Okay, and the rest of them, as you can see, are pretty small. 21, 1307, $1.93. I like that 372.93. Okay, y'all talking about something. 518. Okay, these are all. I remember this. I was working for AT&T Wireless. They bought Comcast, or the other way around, whatever. And so there was the stocks went up. So that's some stocks that I left the company and I never cashed out. So boom, let me claim that. I had a bunch of little stocks with them. Let me claim these, all these are stocks, I'm sure. All right, so boom, let me keep going. So I just want to give y'all a little taste. I don't even need y'all all up in my business like this. But anyway, I've clicked all the ones that I want to claim. It says right here that I've clicked 12 properties, and I didn't even go through all of the pages. So I'm going to just see the next step, okay? So just to show you guys the next step. So they list out all of the properties that you want to claim, and then you just have to put your relation to the owner of the property, right? If it's your property, it's yourself, right? But if it's somebody, maybe it's your deceased spouse, or maybe it's your guardian, stuff like that. So you want to check who it belongs to. Mm-mm-mm. This one, it says owner instead of myself. What's up with that? What is up with that? Claimant relationship owner. Okay. Owner or myself, both of them are me, but there's a reason for that. All right, so let me click myself on all of these so I can show you guys the next step in filing the claim. Boom. All right. So now I'm going to click file claim. And they want my information. I am an individual. I'm not a business. Okay. Put my first and last name. Let me see. I don't need y'all all up in my beeswax like this. So let me stop the screen share for a second. Just for a little second so I can put in my info. Y'all ain't gotta know my birthday. But if you know my birthday and you didn't send me no birthday present, you really ain't gotta know my birthday. All right, so let's put in the email address. So they want first name, last name, first name, date of birth, email, phone number, contact phone number. I'm gonna put in 2 phone numbers because if there's an issue with my money, I want to be contacted immediately. Social security number, country, United States, address, city, state, and zip. And all right, so let me share my screen again. I'm gonna get back up in my business again. Okay, so now it's just giving me it's just showing me all of the ones that I'm about to claim. So I'm clicking next, verifying my address. Boom. Preview your claim. An electronic signature required. All right, so I'm going to type my first name here, last name here, and just verify my info. Wonk, wonk, wonk. Verify that, and then I'm going to submit. Please wait while your claim is submitted. All right, so California claim number pending. Your claim has been successfully submitted. Please check your email for further instructions on how to proceed with your claim. To visit the state's official unclaimed property website, click here. Because each state has their own um, unclaimed registry. I went to missingmoney.com because you can look at all states. But when I clicked the button, once they determined that all of my claims were from California, then it took me directly to the California site. So now let me go check my email to see exactly um, what the instructions are. I don't have any instructions yet. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to do part 2 of this video and show you guys the instructions once I get them. So hopefully I'll get them tomorrow and we will resume. Thank you guys for watching.